Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about aggregate functions in SQL. Here, I am using Oracle database. By default, in Oracle database, we have EMP and department tables. I am going to use these tables throughout the session. In any database, if you want to know about table structures, like what are the columns, whether the column is null or not null, what are the data type for each column, then you can use DAC command. Now I'm executing this one. Now this tells that okay, EMP table have columns like EMP number, E-name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission, department number, and what whether this column is null or not null, and what is the data type for each column. Now let's see what is aggregate functions. Aggregate functions calculate on a set of or group of rows and return a single value for each group. Say for example, we have EMP table. From this table, if you want to know that total number of records from that EMP table, then we can use count function. So this count function returns the total number of rows from a table, from a particular table. Then we have min function. This min function returns the minimum value. For example, if you want to get the minimum salary from that EMP table, then we can use min of. Min is a function, and further we have to pass salary as a column. Salary is one of the column from the EMP table, so we have to pass salary column. Like that, we have the max. This function returns what is the maximum value. Then we have AVG function. This function returns what is the average value. And we have that sum function. This sum function returns a total sum of value. Let's see with the examples. Now I want to know that total number of rows from that employee table, total number of rows, minimum salary, maximum salary, average salary, sum of salary. Then we can use count star. Here star indicate the all that rows from that employee tables, and we want to get min of salary. So that for that I can write min of salary. Then max of salary. This returns the maximum of salary. Then we have the average. This returns average salary. Then sum of salary. This sum of salary returns total sum of salary from EMP table. I'm executing now. Okay. So this is the output we are getting it. If you look at this average salary, the values are in decimal, so many decimals, right? So if you want to restrict or round it, then you can use a round function. I'm using round function. Just I need only first two decimal places, so I'm giving 2, so it rounds based on these two decimal values, right? Yeah, this is the output we are getting it. Now if you look at this EMP table, let me execute. If you look at this EMP table, we have 14 rows. And if you look at the department number, we have department number 10, 20, 30 like that. And 14 rows have all the department. 14 rows have department number. So if I want to know that, and if you look at that unique department number, we have only 10, 20 and 30. Now what I want is, right, if you want to get only that unique department number or count of unique department number from that employee table, we can get it. For that, count rate, basically count rate, for the count function we can use the count. Here the question is, right, we need to get unique department, count of unique department number. In that case, distinct. Inside the count function we can use a distinct department number. So this function returns total number of unique department number from that employee tables. Now if you see this one, we'll get 3. So that means 3 unique department number present in that employee table, right? And if you use without any count function, then let's see what happens. Count of department number. So what this function returns, right? This returns it counts the total number of department from that employee table. It counts all the department number from all the rows, right? And then give the result. For this we'll get 14 as output, and for this we'll get 3. Right? Yeah. So by default, count function takes all, and if you want to get only unique or distinct record, then you have to use distinct inside the count functions. Okay. And whenever we write a query, we can use these aggregate functions in the select class, order by class, and having class. Okay. Now we'll see what is group by functions. We commonly use these aggregate functions together with the group by functions. So what is a group by function? Group by function, it divides the rows into the groups. For example, we have EMP table, and EMP table we have department, different departments like department number 10, 20, 30, right? And there are salary columns for each department, right? If you want to know that, what is the minimum salary, maximum salary for all the department. Now what we need is, we need to get minimum and the maximum salary for all the department. Here, for this, how we can write it? Let's see. Here what we need to get department wise minimum and the maximum salary, right? So need to select department number. Then what we need min of minimum and maximum salary. For minimum salary we can use min function, min salary. We need to get salary, so I need to pass salary. I can give alias as min of salary. Then now to get the maximum salary, we can use max function, max salary as max salary from EMP table. And whenever you are selecting columns like column followed by any of the aggregate functions, then we have to use group by functions. Group by this department, the column which does not have any aggregate function, we need to take that column and use that column into the group by class. Okay, now I am executing this query. Okay, then it gives result for department number 30. This is the minimum salary, this is the maximum salary. Like that, for each department wise, it gives that minimum and the maximum salary. And always the people get confused. Okay, so which column we need to use the group by? One of the way to remember is, right, whenever we are using column followed by any aggregator function, take that column and use that column. That is the simplest way of remembering that. Okay, now other question is, right, we need minimum and maximum salary only for department 10 and 20, department number 10 and 20. So in this case, how we can get this? Just I'm taking the same query, just some little modification. Here, what is the modification? What is the extra condition we do? We don't need the minimum and the maximum salary for all the department number. We need only for 10 and 20 department. So in this case, we can use where condition, where department number in 10, 20. 10, 20. Always remember that whenever you are getting question like this, we need minimum salary, maximum salary, or total count of employee for the department, only few departments, then we have to use these where class conditions. And this where class condition should be immediately after that from class. It should not be after that group by class. If I use this where condition after this group by class, it will throw that error. So the order should be first select class, from class, then where class, after that group by class. Okay, now what we need is, right, we need minimum salary, maximum salary only for those department whose minimum salary greater than or equal to 800. Here the question is, right, we don't need minimum salary, maximum salary for all the department, only for those department whose minimum salary greater than or equal to 800. Let's see how we can write that query for this question. Just I'm taking the same query. I'm going to do some changes. Okay. So this function, this query returns department wise minimum salary and maximum salary. So here the condition is, right, we need minimum salary, maximum salary only for the department which satisfy this condition, right? So here what is the condition? Minimum salary greater than or equal to. So whenever we are getting question like this, the minimum salary greater than or equal to, or maximum salary should be greater than or equal to, or average salary should be like this, or count of employees should be like this. Whenever we are getting the questions like this based on that aggregate functions, filter based on the aggregate function, then we have to use having class. So having, here what is that condition? Min of salary. So min of salary, we have to use min of salary greater than or equal to 800. Can use order by, here order by 1. Here 1 means it does that ascending order based on that first column. Here the first column is the department number, right. So if you see, right, for department number, this is the minimum salary, maximum salary 20, this is the min salary and maximum salary. For 30, this is the minimum and the maximum, like that we are getting. That means all the department, the minimum salary greater than or equal to 800. Like that, if any other condition, say for example, and also total number of employees should be greater than or equal to 3 or something, then we can use and count of total number of employees, EMP number greater than or equal to 3 something, then we can directly use these conditions. Having minimum salary greater than or equal to 800 and count of EMP number should be greater than or equal to 3, then we can use directly with and conditions. So this is we are getting the output. So always remember that the order should be first select class followed by the from class, and if any condition where conditions, then we have to use the where condition immediately after the from class, followed by group by, and finally having conditions. Here having conditions, always remember that this having condition, it should be based on that aggregated function only. We should not use like where department number equal to 10 and 20. So many people get confused where we in which scenario we have to use where condition, in which scenario we have to use having conditions. If any condition based on the normal column, that means whatever selecting in this select class, right, here the department is normal column. Here we don't apply any aggregator functions for the department number, so it's called normal column, right. If you want to apply any condition, filter condition, for that we can use where condition, where department number in 10, 20, or department equal to 10, something like that. And whenever we are seeing condition like based on that aggregated function like minimum salary, maximum salary, count of employee, average salary, sum of salary, then we have to use having the min of salary, max of salary, like that. Yeah. So the order should be select class, from class, where class, group by class, having class, and finally the order by class always should be in the final, right. Now so far we are discussing about department wise minimum salary, maximum salary. Now if you want to know that department wise and job wise sum of salary something, for that also we can use the group by function. So select department number comma job is one of the column in that employee table, okay, comma sum of salary from EMP table. Always remember the trick what I told. Whenever we are using the group by conditions, and in that in the group by condition, what columns we have to use? See here, if you see the select class, we are selecting a department number, job, sum of salary. So this is the based on this aggregated function, right. And what are the other columns, normal columns? Here the department number, job. Take this column and copy it and paste it here. Okay, let me put order by 1 comma 2. Okay, yeah. So that means here what is the result for each department? A department can have more than one job as well, right. So for example, for department number 10, for the clerk job, what is the sum of salary? Again the department number 10, another job like manager, what is the sum of salary? Like that for each department, and within the department the different jobs will be there, right. So for that department number and the job, that combination will get sum of salary. So we can use more than one column as well. So always remember that whenever you are using aggregator function, take that columns, normal columns, and use that column in that group by class. Again, if you want to apply any conditions where condition having condition, then you can use that one as well, right. So this is the way we can use that group by functions. And here one of that interface questions, right? Now let's say we have this employee table, and let's say this table has some duplicate records. Here let's assume the primary key is emp number here, and the primary key is not enabled. Primary key is emp number, but it's not enabled, and there are some duplicate record. Okay, and we need to identify for no for for what employee number duplicate records are there. Okay, how we can see the duplicate records, right? These are the questions here. How we can do that, right? So we can use select emp number. Right now we don't have any duplicate records in this table, but in case if there is any duplicate record, if there is any duplicate record in this employee table, how we can identify the records? So now what we have to do is we have to use select emp number. Here emp number is the primary column, so I'm using select emp number, count of star from emp table, group by. Here group by we have to use emp number, and in order to identify the duplicate records we can use having, sorry, having count of, let's say count of emp number. We need to find an emp number greater than or equal to greater than 1. I can write here also emp number, say order by, just I'm giving order by 1 here. For that means there is no duplicate record in this employee table. If there is any duplicate record, and if you want to identify what are the duplicate records, then you can use this query. And always remember that here emp number is the primary key column, and some cases, right, the primary key can be disabled, or the primary key, sometimes the primary key might be deleted or removed something. In this case, using this function, using this query, we can find that duplicate rows from the employee tables. Yeah, thank you everyone.